Welcome to Light Over Heat with Professor David Yamani. Today I'm taking my Sociology of Guns class on their annual field trip to the gun range. So let me show you around and tell you about it. So I'm here at the Veterans Range in my adopted hometown of Mocksville, North Carolina. I appreciate the leadership and the members of the range indulge me to bring my class here and shut the range down one afternoon every year. The way the range day is set up is I have 16 students in the class and they come 4 at a time for 45 minutes each, and they have the opportunity to shoot or watch others shoot 3 different firearms, which I'll show in a moment. Nobody's required to shoot, everybody's given the opportunity to shoot, and in the past 3 years, when we've done the 4 student pods, every student has shot every platform, which is great. I think they feel really comfortable, and my goal here is not to teach a marksmanship class or a defensive pistol class or any sort of gun training at all, really. It's simply to get them to experience what it's like to shoot these 3 different types of guns as an experiential basis for conversation later in class. So our first stop, of course, is at the safety table, where everybody will get equipped with eye protection and hearing protection. And this year I have 4 brand new sets of electronic hearing protection, thanks to supporters of my efforts. That's going to make it a lot easier to talk to the students and have them hear me, and also have them feel comfortable that their hearing is protected. We have some emergency medical equipment and some D-wipes to have them lead their hands after they're done shooting. So let's walk up here, uprange. You can see we have a couple of different shooting stations up here from about 15 or so yards. I'm going to have them shoot this .22 pistol on this steel target. Steel target, I think, is always really satisfying for new shooters, for all shooters really, but especially for new shooters, so they can get that instant feedback of their hits. At the suggestion of my friend and expert level gun trainer John Johnston, for the first time I'm actually going to have 1 magazine loaded with 1 round and 1 magazine loaded with 9 rounds. So for their first shot, they'll have just a single shot. If anything surprises them, startles them, or anything happens adversely, they don't have a loaded gun in their hand. So that was a great tip John gave me in a conversation I just had recently. Next up will be the 9mm pistol from about 10 yards here. The 9mm is a very common round. Pistol is a very common firearm, so this gives them a good idea of what a sort of typical pistol owner might have and shoot. We'll be shooting not on the liberal gun owner's snowflake 7 target. I put this up so I can do a little practice in advance of them coming, make sure the equipment's all working well. They'll all be shooting on these B8 targets right there. And then the third station they'll come to is back here at 25 yards, which is admittedly not that far for a rifle, but this is how big the range is. And they'll be shooting this AR platform rifle, the red dot optic, and .223 caliber ammunition, also on the same targets that they'll shoot the handgun with, and it's always instructive for them to see the different levels of accuracy with the handgun versus the rifle, even at a greater distance. And they'll be shooting from this bench, which was something I introduced just last year, my 8th time taking students to the range. Instead of having them shoot offhand with the rifle, Tim Kelly from Apache Solutions Firearms Training, when he was coaching me a little bit on how to get the students to use the rifle properly and quickly, suggested having them shoot from the bench, and that really was helpful last year. So again, this has been a work in progress, 9th time to the range. Different sorts of setups each time, but hopefully getting better each time. And again, the goal of giving the students a safe experience shooting firearms as an experiential basis for our conversations about guns over the next 14 weeks in class.